Would you like to learn how to manifest your desires with more ease, where you're starting to draw it in without having to work extra hard to go and get it? Well, in this video, I want to share with you a simple yet powerful process to magnetize your desires, where you get to start to draw it to you, where it comes to you with more ease, where you can make 2023 the year where your desires truly come about. And if you're not quite sure what exactly does magnetizing your desires mean, let me share with you. Magnetizing desires is truly where you magnetize, where you put in the energy of what you truly want and you push it out. You send out somewhat of a signal, your vibration into the universe, into the ether, into the infinite possibilities, the field of infinite possibilities. And then basically that signal is then the calling card for you to then draw it to you. Of course, you gotta stay in alignment with it. But when you do that, when you send out that signal, you magnetize what you truly want, then it's so much easier for you to attract it. And the way that magnetizing your desires can truly help you is that because it's all on an energetic level, right? It's all vibration. When you're sending out that vibration, your signal, right? That's vibration. And the way this magnetizing your desires can really help you draw it in with more ease, because for one, I want you to know is manifesting your desires doesn't have to be hard. It does not require you to make a whole lot of sacrifices or to work really, really hard to get it, right? It doesn't have to be hard. When you align yourself to your desires on an energetic level and you send out that signal, you really magnetize, you amplify that feeling of your desires. And I'm about to share with you a powerful process on how you can really do that. Then it is so much easier because then you're drawing it to you. You don't have to then go out and try to get it or try to make it happen. No, you are in an energetic alignment with your desires. And then the question will no longer be, will it come, but only when it will come. So there's no more if about it. It will definitely come. It's just then you have to align yourself, continually align yourself to your desires to allow it to enter your life. And then when the time is right, when you're really ready to receive it, it will come. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come tomorrow or next week or in a month or whatnot. Certain things require for you to magnetize it for a longer period of time because maybe you yourself are not quite ready to have it yet on an internal level. Yes, you probably say, yes, I want that, but maybe internally you're not quite ready for that yet. So you may have certain desires that you want to have happen right away, but if you still need to grow into that person that allows it to happen, that is ready for that, it may just take a little bit of time. But using this magnetizing your desires process I'm about to share with you will help you draw it in more quickly, because then you become that person because of the process I'm about to share with you. But let me share with you though this process because it really helped me also to attract more clients, to attract more money, to attract more abundance, more happiness, and all the good things in my life that I get to experience right now that previously I always dreamt about and wanted and I didn't have and I felt lack about it. But once I learned this process, it truly changed my life, and I really felt called to share this process with you so you too can start manifesting the things that you truly want. So let me share this process with you. It starts out with you want to get crystal clear on what is it that you truly want, because you can't magnetize something that you're not quite sure what it is, right? So you want to get clear, what is it that you truly want? Is it a certain amount of money? Is it maybe clients? Is it a new job? Is it maybe starting a business or successful business? Whatever it is. Maybe you want to attract a loving partner in your life. Those type of things. So you want to get clear on what is it that you want. And here I'm not saying what does your ego want, but what does your soul desires. That's the key here, because ego wants are hard to manifest because they may be in limitation, they may not be exactly what you want, or there may be some weird feeling around it, right? So you want to get clear on what does your soul truly desires. If you had, let's say, 3 wishes right now, right? What would you wish for? What would you love to have? But then before you really decide, then think of it. Okay, what if you would actually have it? Would you still then want it? Would you still be happy with it? Maybe let's say, a month after that or something like that. So really get clear, what does your soul truly desires? That is the first step. You want to get clarity around that, because without knowing what you want, well, You can't move forward here, right? Then the next piece here is you want to get clear on why do you want it? Why do you want it? And here I'm talking about the essence of it. It's never the thing that you want. It's what the thing can give you. So let's say if you want to have more money, it's not the money that you want, but what the money will give you. It will give you freedom. It will give you choices. It will give you security. Those type of things. It's not, let's say you are in business. If you want more clients, it's not so much the clients you want per se, but what the clients will give you. Well, when you have more clients, well, you have an opportunity to really feel more fulfilled because you get to do your soul's work. Yes, of course, you will also have more freedom because you're also making more money and those type of things. But you want to get clear on what will the thing that you want, what will it give you? You want to get clear on the essence behind it. That is so important because it's never the thing, it's always what the thing will give you. Then the next step is you want to create a clear vision of you already having it. Let's say you do want more money and experience the freedom and stuff like that. Then create a clear vision of you actually going out and maybe going on a shopping spree without having to think about how much is it going to cost, do I have the money, or you going flying first class, or you buying this brand new car that you would like to have, or just whatever it is, or just maybe having more time to really do whatever you want, go traveling. Whatever it is that you truly want. So create that clear vision of how will your life then be once you have that. Get that crystal clear vision of you already having it, and do that in as much detail as you possibly can. Now you may even write that down, like create a story for that life that you would like to have. Get clear on that, but really in as much detail as you can. How will your life then be once you have it? But write it in the present tense, like you already having it. Get as much clarity around it as you possibly can, because you want to be able to see it. You want to be able to feel it and really experience it like it's really happening. Think of it like that. You're creating a mental vision, a mental movie in your mind, and you're seeing it in all the different hues, different colors, all the different things. You want to get that much clarity. So that's kind of like the preparation phase before we start magnetizing. Like I said, you've got to know what it is that you want. You've got to know the essence. You want to have that clear vision of what it will be like when you have it in the present tense. Then what you want to do is, now we're moving into this whole magnetizing process. What you want to do is you want to go into somewhat of a meditative state, like go somewhere where you can be undisturbed, maybe play some music, light a candle, whatever you need to do to really feel where you can really feel like you can tune in deeply and connect deeply. You want to get into that meditative state without thinking about all these different things, like really calming yourself down, being present in the here and now. And when you're done deeply connected, you're really calmed down, you're really centered, you also may even want to tune into your heart as well. Really take the elevator down from your head into your heart. And then bring up that mental image of your desires, like what the clarity that you've gotten. Really create that mental vision of you living that life, of having your desires in as much detail as you can. Then you want to connect with the core feeling of it, like really the essence behind, like really start feeling that. Bring up that feeling, like really see yourself having it, see yourself experience the freedom, the joy, the happiness, the fulfillment, all these feelings that you desire. Really feel them, bring them up, connect with that as much as you can, and feel it intensely. Build up that feeling as much as you can. You want to really magnetize that feeling, right? Really bring it up. Think of it like that. You're turning up the dial more and more. Really feel that intensely, because all of the desires that you want, the core essence of it, freedom, happiness, abundance, joy, you know how it feels like because you felt it at one point in your life, or otherwise you wouldn't know that this is what you want. If you would have never felt a sense of freedom, you would not know that this is what you want because you have no recollection of that, right? If you're not feeling free right now, but you know that this is what you want, it's because you felt it at one point in your life. So what you can do is go back to a time in your life where you felt those feelings of the core essence of what you want and use that as an anchor and really tune into that. Feel that. Bring it up within you. Really bring up the intensity. Feel it so intense, like you're buzzing because it's so intense. And then what you want to do is while you're having that mental image in mind of what it is that you want to imagine you're pushing out those feelings. You're pushing it out into the universe. You're sending it out kind of like a shock wave going out of your body and spreading wide, very, very wide. Really pushing it out into the universe. All while really focusing on that clear vision of what you want, continuously feeling that feeling of, the core essence of what you want. Continue to feeling it as you're pushing it out. And then as you're pushing out the feeling, you want to keep turning up the dial on the intensity of your feelings, like all the good feelings, okay? You really want to feel like when you're feeling free, you want to just imagine it building up even more and keep pushing out, keep pushing it out, keep pushing it up. And then stay in that frequency, stay in that position, stay in that, you pushing out and feeling for as long as you feel the intensity. And once you start the intensity to lessen, once you feel like, okay, you've sent it out, you push it out, now it's kind of like lessening, then you can then stop. You can come back into the here and now. You can tune into the energy of gratitude for the universe, that the universe heard your calling, heard your desire. And then the final step is you then want to then just surrender. Surrender that whatever you have just pushed out, the universe truly has heard your calling. It is on the way. It will come to you in divine timing. And then all you have to do is just trust that it's really coming, and then allow it to come into your life. That is the process. It is such a beautiful and of course simple process to magnetize your desires, then push them out and basically send out your calling card in a way, your desires, your wish list out into the universe and allow it then to come. Now, of course, then moving forward, what you then just want to do is you want to keep doing that. You want to keep magnetizing your desires. Do it daily. If you want, you can even do it multiple times a day if you want. But at one point, then you may then also just want to just trust that it's coming. You don't have to magnetize it anymore, right? And then you just need to then take those soul aligned steps, right? Because if you know what you want, if you know the essence of what you want, then each day you can ask yourself, okay, what can I do today that is in alignment with my desires that I can take today that will help me get closer to my desires? Because you want to be in motion, you want to be in movement in order to get the next steps, because you getting what you want requires for you to act, right? You have to take steps, you have to take action on the things that you want, and by you taking those steps, taking the actions, you will then get the next idea and the next idea, the inspired ideas that will help you then, that leads to you then manifesting what you want. Because you can't just sit there and, on your couch watching TV and hope, hey, universe, when are you going to drop it in my lap? Doesn't work that way. You co-create with the universe. You magnetizing it, what you want, is like the signal, sending out the wish list. Hey, universe, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. And then the universe is answering by giving you insights, giving you guidance, giving you ideas that are in alignment with you moving forward to receive what you want. And then you just have to take those actions, constantly trusting and knowing that, hey, I'm taking those soul-inspired actions. I'm moving towards whatever I want. I know it's coming. It's no longer the question of if is it going to come, but more so, when will it come? Knowing that it will come to you whenever the time is right, whenever you are ready to receive it, when it is to your highest and greatest good, right? When everything aligns, that's when it will come. But in the process, you have to keep taking those soul-inspired steps that will lead you towards it. Because like I said, the universe is not just going to drop it into your lap. The universe gives you insights and guidance and ideas that are matching with your desires, and you just have to then act on it and trusting and keep moving forward. But this is a really simple process that you can do, and it feels so amazing when you connect and you feel it and you push it out. It's truly amazing. Like I said, for me, it has helped me attract beautiful soulmate clients that I just love to work with. My business has grown, my income has grown, I have met amazing people. I mean, my life has changed ever since I started doing this process of really magnetizing my desires. And I couldn't wait to receive the guidance to use this as one of my topics to share this with you, because I know if you do this on a daily basis or on a continuous basis until you really feel like, and you can do this about anything that you want. Now here I just want to mention Magnetize one thing at a time for a period of time until you feel like, okay, now I'm ready to move on to something else, right? Sometimes magnetizing it once is enough, but sometimes you need to magnetize more often because your mind may then get in the way and then you're kind of slipping out of this whole magnetizing state. So just go with whatever you feel called to do, but this process can truly help you manifest your desires with more ease. So I really hope you enjoyed this. Now, I want to invite you, try this out, try out this process, and then leave me a comment below and let me know, how did it go for you? How did you feel about it? Did you feel that you were able to push it out, or did you have some troubles with it? I would love to know. And while you're at it, maybe even hit the like button, maybe even share it with someone that you know could benefit from listening to this or would like to learn how to magnetize their desires. I would greatly appreciate it. But thanks so much for being here. Be sure to check out this next video here about how to really believe in your dreams so you can really attract the things that you want and tap into the infinite possibilities. I think you're going to love it. Until next time, make it an amazingly abundant, successful day. Namaste.